was trying to figure out how I was going to do this video, and I'm going to do this video. I'm going to finally get this video done and get it about what people need to know. My mom recently passed away due to respiratory failure, and at the end she got sepsis, and I'm going to explain to people why she got it and how she got it and how her journey went with this bacteria and everything else that has to associate with this lung disease that she had. My mom was diagnosed with COPD at first, then from COPD bronchiectasis, then she got pulmonary hypertension, that's the heart and the lungs coincide together, and pulmonary hypertension is problems with the heart. The carbon dioxide and the oxygen are not distributed proper amount, and that causes problems with the heart. So the CDC just announced on April 4th that this superbug is living in the hospital equipment. I already knew this. I didn't need the CDC to tell me that the hospital was infested from superbugs. I knew this way before April 4th, 2008. My mom passed away March 12th, okay? My mom was going through constant aggravation and constantly, at first it was months, and then it was month, then it was weeks, and then it was every week, every 12 to 16 days, my mom would end up in the hospital. We would know the signs right off the bat when she was in the point where she had to be admitted. My mom knew as soon as she would went in the hospital, she would be admitted. They would administer her. At first, they were giving her oral antibiotics, and then it wasn't enough anymore, and they had to give her intravenously antibiotics. Every antibiotic you could imagine my mom has tried. Some so many that she got allergic reactions from it. One of them was Bactrim. She went to anaphylactic shock from it. She would get hives from some of them. And then she would have 2 antibiotics that would be her go-to antibiotic, plus another one that was nebulized specifically for this bacteria, Pseudomonas aeruginosa. And then prior to that, she got another bacteria that's even worse than that one, that they said that this one is a harder one to kill and get rid of. At first, they were giving us the idea that the antibiotics was working and killing the bacteria, but it wasn't. So then they started coming out with words like the bacteria is colonized in your mom's lungs. The bacteria is, on bay. Then they started talking about words like biofilm. I'm going to explain to you all these words and what they mean and what's the purpose of these words when they say them to you. The reason why I'm doing this video is for awareness. What happened to my mom, I don't want nobody to go through what my mom went through. The CDC and the doctors, okay, and the pharmaceutical companies are misleading a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in this video. If I don't get to everything, I'm going to do a part 2 of this video, and I will add on stuff that maybe I found out later or prior, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of everything that you need to know about what you need to know about this bacteria, how horrific it is, how dangerous it is. So dangerous that my mom is no longer here, and this bacteria is probably still alive in my mom while she's in her coffin, okay? So I'm going to explain to you how it works. Your immune system, okay, is a fighting off machine. It's made to fight off disease and bacteria. The only time your immune system has a problem doing that when you have a low immune system. That means your immune system is very low, or you haven't been sleeping and that brought your immune system down, or overworked, and tons of other issues that probably got your immune system compromised. But when you go into a situation like this where your immune system is already low, okay? And then you add antibiotics to it every single day, every week, every month. My mother was on intravenous weeks, 17 days, 18 days on intravenous heavy antibiotics nonstop and take them sputum tests, spit tests, to see if the bacteria would come back, and they would do with the petri dish, and then they would tell us, oh yeah, the bacteria came back. The reason why the bacteria was coming back, because once the bacteria was resistant to any antibiotics that they were administering, even the intravenous ones also. To a point where the last resort, when my mom, they gave her the go-to antibiotic, where it is meropenem and piperacillin, that didn't do nothing anymore. My mom got sepsis and passed away. But my mom actually passed away with the infection, but the cause of it was she flatlined because of all the oxygen that she was deprived from, that her lungs weren't getting, and the way the bacteria, I looked at my mom's lungs at the end, they look like a charcoal full of, like, mice went to work and shredded her lungs like it was shredded paper. So my thing to everyone here is, do not go into hospitals. Not if you need to go. If it's something that you broke your arm, your leg, yes. But in a situation like my mom got, because this is how it works. Your mom, your mother, your sister, your brother, your father, your husband, whoever is low immune system. They go into the hospital. Their immune system is already compromised. They put them on oxygen. They put them on a treatment. The bacteria is living in the equipment. They put that mask on or whatever, a tube in you. That bacteria goes inside you. And once it goes inside you and it catches you, it does not want to leave you. And they're going to give you this idea that the bacteria is going to die from the antibiotics that they're going to administer to you. First they'll do oral, then that doesn't work, then they'll start giving you intravenous. My mom, at the point where she was getting a PICC line, where they showed us how to give her and administer her antibiotics at home. And then after that, they started prescribing her tobamycin. It's another antibiotic that's nebulized in a nebulizer, plus all the other stuff my mom was taking, all the Supria and all the steroids. The point that she took prednisone, where she at the end got type 2 diabetes, plus eventually starting to lose her eyesight due to the inflammation of these inflammation medication like prednisone and other steroids that they give you. You go into the hospital, you end up worse than you were. I know this because it happened to me. I got a bacteria one day. I got bitten by a recluse spider. My leg blew up, swelled up. They gave me Bactrim. They gave me oral Bactrim. It didn't work. Then they gave me 24 hours of intravenous Bactrim, and it didn't do anything else. I started doing my homework like I started doing the homework for my mom, and I got rid of the bacteria with essential oils, where $1,000 and $10 bill later, where the hospital did not help me with intravenous antibiotics, I helped myself. Will I ever go into a hospital to be administered that poison? Hell no, I will not, because I know the outcome. I know what will happen. I don't need the CDC after my mom passed away on April 4th saying that, well, this bacteria, this superbug. My mom had 2 superbugs that are so dangerous that, like I put in the thumbnail, these bacteria will kill you like it did with my mom. And I'm not joking. It will kill you. I had a friend of mine, the same thing. He's like, Vin, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling better. They're giving me intravenous antibiotics. And I asked him, I said, what are they giving you? He said, I said, are they giving you meropenem? He goes, yes. Are they giving you piperacillin? I said, get off them. Get off them before you can't get off them. He got off them, and now he's better. Just to let you know how serious and how detrimental that this could be to your life expectancy. When you put something like that, antibiotics, in your life, you're shortening your life. When you put yourself into any constant medication, because I've seen people that were, besides my mom, that were diagnosed wrong, getting back operations that they didn't need, getting medication, an abundance of medication that was causing more problems. Look into other things. I'm going to tell people how to stay healthy and how to keep themselves healthy by doing the right things. Eating garlic, buying fresh herbs like oregano, thyme, rosemary, basil, parsley, making a tea out of it, drinking turmeric tea, taking oil of oregano drops, taking vitamin C. My mom got scar tissue. This is how it works. Once you get a bacteria like this and it causes inflammation, inflammation gives you ammonia. Ammonia causes scar tissue. Once you get scar tissue, your lungs deteriorate and get worse. My mom was at one point where she didn't have no oxygen. She went into the hospital. I asked the doctor, I said, why is my mom on oxygen? It's only for the time being. It's it's only for her now. When she leaves, she'll be fine. My mom left with the oxygen, and she died with the oxygen at 100% on life support. So this is something that you need to know, okay? My mom, at the point where she was at 4 liters, she ended up being at 40 liters, and at the point where she couldn't leave the hospital anymore because regular oxygen wasn't enough, and it couldn't give her what she needed. So at the end of the day, she needed a lung transplant, and not everyone gets a lung transplant. My mom's a perfect example of that. My mom was at one point middle of the list, center of the list, and then at the top of the list, and she didn't get a lung transplant. And it was crazy because when I was in New York in the hospital, and the doctors were doing the residents were doing their residential talks in the morning, there was the doctor too and the resident. The 2 doctors were talking about my mother's case, and they said that my mother was getting a transplant in Philadelphia, and they were waiting. She was waiting to be on the list, and they said the head doctor said that's if she makes it. And he was absolutely right, because they already know. The outcome of you getting a lung transplant is like a shot in the dark, because, and it gets worse when your mom gets on top of that list and your mom's on life support, because once she's on life support, that clock is ticking. And once it ticks, it's, you know, you have 9-11 days, they say. My mom only made it to a day and a half on life support, and then she flatlined. So all I can tell you is there's other ways, and I will tell you what to do, what to take. For for scar tissue, you take serapeptides. I've taken it. Start with small doses. Anything that I suggest, look into it. Make sure you're not allergic to it, because people are allergic to food sometimes. But it's not going to be resistant to the bacteria like antibiotics are. All these antibiotics that you are consuming are old antibiotics from the 80s and the 90s. There's nothing new. They're working on something. I don't know when it'll be out. They said 2 years, 3 years, and who knows what it's going to do. And these superbugs are revolving each and every day. Take Silamine cinnamon. Take oil of oregano for killing bacteria, superbugs. Take garlic. Consume garlic. Crush it with a fork if you can consume it that way. If you can't, put a little raw Mucuna honey or raw honey, organic, unfiltered, unheaten, and consume it. Make sure you're not allergic to honey, and get better, because the outcome is grim, and you will lose the people that you love. You will not see them for your birthday. You will not see them for holidays. And these doctors are misleading a lot of people, and the people that you rely on and you believe have all the answers do not have all the answers. They're just going by day, doing blood work every single day to see what comes out for what they're trying. And they're working with people, your parents, not specimens, okay? And that's something that you need to understand. And I know a lot of celebrities, I'm not going to mention who they are talking about people living longer in other countries, absolutely, than here, because they're not ingested with constantly giving them these poisons that are killing people. I'm going to give people information that they're going to need, inquire, and help them live longer. And I will give people on my show, please subscribe to Vinny Venom live show. Hit the bell so when I put up a new video, you'll be notified. And I'm going to tell people a lot of other things, like my friend John, that I helped him with this problem that he was dealing for 10 years. And I also helped him with his problem with the bacteria. And I'll help so many other people. I'm going to leave off with a rap that this is going to be for my mom and every mom, anyone that lost a mom in a situation like me. I know times are hard and my heart is ripped apart. It's true. Mom, I'm always thinking about you, because you're the one that created me, and you're the one that I love so too. Understand the heartache and the pain that I go through every single day, that I'm not able to call you on the phone and say, hey, how are you doing today? Mom, I love you for everything you've done for me. You were the perfect person in my life that did everything I needed to be. associate you with love and kindness is true, because you brought these things into me and I give them to people every single day, and that's true. Mom, you're the best thing that ever came to me, as I know, because I'm doing this rap and this flow because of you, because what you did and what I know. I wish I knew things earlier in time, because if I knew them before the end of time, who knows what the outcome would have been. It's true. I don't need the CDC to tell me the outcome and what it is. I knew it way back then. True to understand the love that I have for you is in demand. If this is a son breaking up his heart and telling people each and every day what a wonderful woman you were in every way. Mom, I love you for everything you've done for me. And I'm going to do is everything I'm going to do for you, and tell people what they need to see and give them the situationality and the mentality of what they need to see. Life is full of happiness and what it may be, but sickness comes to those, and that's something people will see. But what I'm going to tell them every day is keep themselves healthy, and you will stay away from these treacherous hospitals and doctors and their ways. I'm not trying to tell people something that they don't know. I know a lot of people know this, and this is something that I had to let people know. But understand the reality and the situationality of what it may be, because once those people are gone, you will never see. You will not be able to call them or talk to them in any way, because they're up in heaven and they're looking up at you every day. And all I can say and all I can do is make you proud of me, as that's what I'm going to do. I love you, Mom, more than anything on this earth, because you were the foundation that put the ingredients in that made me come on this earth. Mom, you are so special to me, as I understand. And I'm going to tell every man and every wife and children in demand what they need to know, because if they don't, they will eventually go. And what I said in this thumbnail is true. If you don't follow these directions, this bacteria will kill you. Without a doubt, without no situation, there's nothing to come out. But that is true, because this horrible bacteria made you flatline that day. And that's something that nobody needs to see or happen or do. Situations that come every way, but life is something that needs to stay, especially for the people that you care about and love each and every day. And that's the foundation and the legacy that I'm going to put in action each and every day, because that's the reality and the mentality of me and what I proceed to do each and every day, and give people the information to give to other people, to have them know that the answer is what is given to them, and I will show. Eat the right foods, take the right herbs, it's true. These are the things that God created for you, and bacteria is not resistant to those things in any way. And that's what God made for us, to live healthy each and every day. But we unfortunately got the misconception of what these pharmaceuticals produce each and every day. But do you watch the TV and see the adverse side effects that they give to you each and every day? Some will kill you, some will aim you, some will lame you, some will make you feel like you never felt before. But eventually, the outcome is raw. You will be dead or sick or more, or you will be trapped in a door, and you will never see the people you love anymore. All right, guys, I'm out. Please subscribe to my channel. I wish you the best. If any of these things upset people, that's why I put potential property material. Please, that's the only reason why. I wish you all the best. Stay healthy, stay focused, and please subscribe to my channel. I will give people a lot more information on different things every single day, because it's something that I need to do, and I need to continue to do it every day to keep us healthy in every single way. I'm out.